Last final for the day. We appreciate the help that everybody's given. Big special help to the ladies in the canteen, the row shop, the umpires, the judges, the volunteers around the course, and of course all the rowers and those tiny little coxswains.
Westlake Girls High 2. Waikato Dysonson School 1. Nautawa Dysonson School 1. Waikato Dysonson School 2. And Wentworth College 1. Release the droppers. Attention.
There we go. You've just seen the toggles being used for the first time at Maadi Cup on screen, and you'll see how they release the toggles and away they go. Waikato Dio's on 42. Waikato Dio on 42. That's the crew that has to be looked. Oh, absolutely nothing in it. Maybe a quarter down on the far side. Craighead, the South Island, second in the South Island. Craighead's on 43. The outside lanes here, they seem to go away very quickly. Wentworth College, Coxed in there, Alana Preverick. She will be making sure she is too. She's giving a call. She has a wee look across. The Coxed, St Margaret's are on 40 inside the first 250 metres. Let's get a plug for the Coxons. Robin Wright's coxing for Craighead. We'll see Gabriella Maris for Christchurch, and of course Natalie Bocock, top coxer now to St Margaret's. Westlake's Amber Fordham. Waikato Dio is Victoria Wilson, and we've got Savannah Gaskell coxing for Nautawa Dioson, and Waikato Dio number 2 is Anna Bullen, and of course we've got Alana Preverick out here for Westlake. Now we're about 150 off the first 500, and the first crew to poke their nose in front is out there in lane number 3. And lane number 3 is St Margaret's, third in the South Islanders, Black, Henderson, Mountain Knocker, Greenslade, and of course Natalie Bocock. And they've got about 1 foot only over Westlake number 2. 31.5 for the crew in front, which is St Margaret's. It's great to see Westlake's number 2 crew here, and I noticed their number 1 crew in the B final. They're going through the 500 very shortly. We'll call them for you as they go through it. As lane Westlake's number 2, only 2 feet over St Margaret's. St Margaret's locked up with lane number 7, Waikato Dio. That's the crew that's got to be looked out for. Lane 5's along there with Waikato Dio. That's Waikato Dio 1 in the middle, and Waikato Dio 2 on lane number 7. Half a length back to Nautawa Dioson. And then we come right across to the inside, and it's Craighead Dioson, and until the outside, Wentworth College. Oh, the foot's been put down already. We're still 1,600 out, 1,400 out we are. Westlake 31, St Margaret's 36. So Westlake are obviously confident with the power in their boat, because they have pushed it out to a half-length lead over St Margaret's. St Margaret's in turn have got a canvas over Waikato Dioson number 1. And Cato Dioson number 1's got a canvas only over their number 2 crew. Then trying to poke their nose in between the both of them is the crew from Nautawa Dioson. And then we have to go right across the far side. It would only be a couple of feet back, if not, yeah, just a couple of feet back is the crew over there in Craighead, the South Island champions. Christchurch Girls, where are they? They're the South Island champions. Craighead was second, runner-up in the South Island. Then we have to go right a wee way back, 2 or 3 lengths to Wentworth. So the races, they're way down on the rating. John's going to get a rating for the crew out in front, Westlake. They're down on 30. Whoa, Dawn Cup, Westlake. Well, the coaching panel have done a brilliant job here with these girls. I tell you what, to be down on 30 in the Dawn Cup final going into 1,100 metres and still be a length and a half out. St Margaret's 35.5. The crew inside them in lane 5. Waikato Dioson number 1. We're going to clock them for you, and we're going to 34.5 for Dio. And then we have to come out to their number 2 crews, slowly starting to slip off. The big improver is Christchurch Girls. They've sit back about maybe 2 lengths off the bunch, and they're really starting to move now. Through the 1,000 they all go. Look at Westlake, I can't believe it. Christchurch Girls are up on 35, they're through the 1,000. Dio 2 through the 1,000. Just inside them is Nautawa Dioson, they're through. Right across the far side, Craighead. Craighead can't match it. Can't match the power of Westlake. The North Island crew looks just far too strong for anything in the race. They're now going through this third 500, past the big camper vans, and they've got beautiful, lively water to row on. They've got it up on top of the water so hard you can almost put your hand underneath between the hull and the water. They really are just moving it along beautifully. There's no pressure on them whatsoever, and 29.5 they're down to. And sometimes when you've got the pressure off you, your boat goes an awful lot faster. They'll be enjoying this row. But over and above that, they've been coached exceptionally well, and they're a powerful crew because they have opened up 2.5 lengths over St Margaret's. Waikato Dio, they're on 35. Waikato Dio starting to put a little bit of pressure on the lighter crew from St Margaret's. They're up within almost a canvas of them. Dio's on 34. Then we're looking for Waikato Dio number 2 crew, but they've been overtaken now from Christchurch Girls. This is a big last 1,000 for Christchurch Girls. They've got themselves up almost into contention. They sat back about 1.5 lengths to 2 lengths in that first 1,000, and now they are absolutely bailing it. We can see the gold blades of Natawa Dyson trying to creep into the leaders as well, but you can say goodbye to the leaders, as John would say. They have been hit like a bullet, and they're away. Now there's a move coming on. Here it comes. Waikato Dio number 1 has moved up alongside St Margaret's. They look a slightly bigger crew, and they look just slightly a little stronger. They're going to put a canvas on St Margaret's. A canvas. There's your first 3. It's going to take a big row for Christchurch Girls right over there on lane number 2 to try and pick up any colour in this event. And then we have to go back to Natawa Dyson, and Waikato number 2's just starting to fade a little bit inside the last 500, and Craighead right over there on the bankside. Look at this impressive row. They are a way out. You'd almost think they were in a second division. They're on 29. They've got a beautiful sweep right through the water. The blades well varied, a little bit of black splash, and not one of those girls have looked out of the boat in the Coxed hasn't even moved its head. St Margaret's look like they want to come back onto Waikato Dio number 1. But Waikato Dio number 1 have opened it up again. St Margaret's got up within 2 feet of them. Now they've gone out to a canvas. Christchurch Girls still improving, but they're too far back to take any of the biscuits in the Dawn Cup final. Then we have to go back to Natawa Dyson, and then just alongside them is Waikato number 2. Right across on the bankside we've got Craighead and Wentworth College. They're away down the track. Look at this impressive. Get in behind them, people. Get right in behind them. This is a very fine display of sweep-forward rowing. They're too big and too strong, and they'll go down and they're going to get the buzzer clearly. Almost 4 lengths clear. Waikato Dio on 36. And I think they've got a 1/2 length's advantage over St Margaret's. They're going to take the bronze. St Margaret's are coming back at them. St Margaret's are coming back at Dio. St Margaret's on 37. They're just a little bit quicker on the rating. They slipped out to a 1/2. Oh, they've come to the end of their run. Waikato Dio number 1 will go through and take the silver for 2014. And you'll find St Margaret's will take the bronze. Then it will be followed up by Christchurch Girls, who tried so hard in that last 1,000. Over Natawa Dyson, Waikato Dyson number 2, Craighead, and a big journey back to Wentworth.
This is the medal presentation for the Girls Under 18 Coxed 4, once again sponsored by our principal sponsor Aon New Zealand, and we have Jeff Blampede here to present the medals once again. The winners of the bronze medal for the Under 18 Coxed 4, St Margaret's. We have Sarah Jane Back, Emma Henderson, Olivia Mendonça, Ella Greenslade, and they're coxed by Natalie Bocock. The time for St Margaret's was 8:04.59. One for Natalie, and they are proudly coached by Nikki Coles. Bronze medal winners, St Margaret's. The winners of the silver medal for the under-18 Coxed for Waikato Diocesan. Anna Porritt, Annalise O'Leary, Laura Kelly, Anahira Nin, and coxswain Victoria Wilson. Dio's time 8:02.78. Silver medal now for Victoria Wilson. And they are proudly coached by Gary Robertson. Silver medal winners, Waikato Dio. And now the Aon New Zealand Secondary School Champs, girls under 18, Coxed for gold medal winners, Westlake Girls High. In this crew, Poppy Logan, Sian Anderson, Renee Scott French, Jessica Remington, and they're coxed by Amber Fordham. The time for Westlake girls, 7:51.60. One for Amber. And they're proudly and well coached by Craig Smith. And of course, they are now the holders of the Dawn Cup. Congratulations, Westlake Girls High.